Now, tonight's regular Thursday night feature, Good Question. Every week, we search out the answer to a question sent in to us by one of you, our viewers. Tonight, the question involves something we see when we watch many sporting events on TV, but what you might not know is how it happens. Here's NBC5's Phil Rogers now with the answer. Phil?
Allison, as the Super Bowl approaches, sadly without the Bears, this is a great question about one of those things which has become so much a part of football, you probably can't remember when it wasn't there. But it has absolutely changed the way we all watch the game. Viewer Linda Meddy had a question about the football games she watches on TV.
I want to know how they insert the yellow line on first downs.
The answer involves a little magic and a lot of high-tech innovation.
Where we say, here's where we want the line to be drawn on the 32-yard line, it'll go through and replace the green pixel of the grass and put our yellow line in that pixel.
For decades in television, we've used a process called chroma key. It's a wonderful effect, but it sort of falls apart anytime the camera has to move. I guess I don't need this. The yellow line in football operates on a similar principle, but it stays in one spot no matter where the camera goes.
We know the relative position of the field to the camera, so any other place where the camera can shoot, we can do effects.
The yellow line was invented in 1998 by Chicago-based Sport Vision. The process takes place here in the network production truck at each game, using data fed to the computer from this Sport Vision device mounted on each camera.
We need to know exactly where the field is in the real world. We have a model of the field, which we call a blue field. As the camera pan, tilts, and zooms, we measure each of those movements so that once that field is locked in place, it stays there and doesn't move.
Each game, the Sport Vision techs inform the computer what color the field really is, essentially telling it where it can draw the line and where it can't.
Green Bay Packer games are one of the more difficult games for us to do because a lot of times when they wear their green pants, it's very close to the color of the grass.
Once the game begins, Sport Vision's Greg Litchie moves the line every time the first down marker changes.
I simply click on the ball, hit first down, and it calculates where the yellow line should be.
Greg also is responsible for that virtual jumbotron you see. He can move it anywhere they want it to go. Also, the down and distance banner on the field.
I add the arrow, I tweak it, try to get good symmetry with the paint on the field.
And if you look close when he inserts the play clock, it even has a shadow.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
Sport Vision's high-tech wizardry is seen in many sports. You see more and more in baseball, in auto racing, and the Olympics. But the company's yellow line has become such a part of the game of football, many fans actually believe it's really there.
People expect to see it now because they're so used to seeing it on the TV at home that when they come to the stadium they expect to see it. And a lot of folks are disappointed when they can't.
The technology is constantly changing. In fact, Sport Vision adapted the guidance systems from missiles for their coverage of auto racing. Now remember, we will find the answers, but we need your questions first. The address is goodquestion@nbcchicago.com. You know, it's really true. Everybody's so used to seeing the yellow line, they finally had to start putting it on the jumbotron at the stadium in the replays. People expected to at least see it there.
They think it's actually there.
Yeah, they actually look
clever.
for it on the field.
And it makes it more fun to watch the game, too. You're not
And
doubting where the first
Chicago
down
company.
is.
Like that connection.
Yeah.
Nice job. Thanks, Phil.